Hey, welcome back. I've got another video, and this one here is going to be me looking over a list I've put together with Army Builder. Before I continue, I am going to go through my book and make sure all the points add up, because this is new data in the last week or so, I think, so it could have errors. They're still updating everything, but this is also a chance for everyone to look at it and see what it's looking like so far. So anyways, it's Night Lords, obviously, and I'm going to be playing a game, hopefully, on Friday with a new opponent while I'm traveling, and this is the list I'm thinking of bringing. It's not going to be all painted, unfortunately, but honestly, I just want to get some games in, and, some people can sit there and, wait till everything's painted before they play, but not me. It's just not my style. I paid to play with my toys, not to wait like a good boy. So here we are. We're gonna we're gonna have a game, hopefully. Anyways, it's 2,000 points. It's still going low. This is the points values we're mostly playing at right now while we learn the rules. Guys I play with. And the guy I'm going to play with has agreed that with the new rules, this is okay. So, right into it. I have a Praetor who's going to be leading us, and he has a Paragon Blade. He has a Combi Magna Melt-A-Gun. I gave him Melt-A-Bombs. I might drop those. I don't know yet. I'm still tweaking the list a little bit here and there, but Melt-A-Bombs seem handy just to have. You never know when you're going to need them. And it's one of those cases where it's 10 points that's probably not wasted, even if I don't use them, because I might need them, and it's going to be 10 points I wish I spent if I turn out needing it. And then this guy here, the Cataphracti Centurion, it's placeholder. There's nothing to add to this guy yet for options. So what I did is I chose to make him a chaplain, and I gave him a Chain Fist. This is using that Praetor model from Betrayal at Calth that I've painted up. A power weapon for 10 points would have been master crafted, but it's not on the model, and I think a Chain Fist is quite useful to have, like the Melt-A-Bombs. So, again, we'll see, but I don't think it's 5 points wasted. I think that's a fairly nice, cheap way to put together a guy that's going to boost my Cataphracti squad down here. There are 6 of them. The Sergeant and one other have Lightning Claws. There's one Chain Fist. There are two Power Fists, one with a Heavy Flamer, and then just one guy with a Power Sword. The Power Sword, maybe I could have found points to upgrade him, but I'd rather not. I'm fine with Power Sword. So elites also, one Contemptor Dreadnought with Gravis Las Cannon, kept the fist with a flamer, the heavy flamer, and I gave him a Havoc Launcher. I'm tempted to do this, but this seems a lot more let me get this to stay up. We can look at it right here. There. It could be useful if he has a flyer or something coming in from reserves, so there's definitely that to consider. But I'm thinking my fast attack section has something for that. So on to troops. Just 10 assault marines. They have 2 heavy chain swords, and the sergeant has a plasma pistol and a power fist. I don't want them to be, too expensive of a unit, but having those 10 guys, they are still lined, if I recall their entry correctly. I'm pretty sure they are. Does he have them marked as line here? Oh yeah, line. I'm pretty sure we're both correct. These are lines, so that's useful. I'm not certain about 10 of them. My goal right now, I think, is to get just a box of the Mark IIIs, I think they are, that come with the chain swords for everybody. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I think the sprue for the Mark IIIs have chain swords. And if not, I mean, worst case, I'll print chain swords and give them chain swords. And anyways, get them some jump packs. I do want to get some extra guys to give jump packs to. And I think having 15 of them is better. And the ones that I'm painting, I'm going to move them over just to being more Night Raptors, because they do look quite fancy with all the upgrades and like extra bits I've given them. So I think that might be a better use of them long term. But 15 Night Lords, sorry, is it even 15? I think 10 Night Lords with like upgrades is like 400 something points. So they're a way down the line need. Like right now, these guys are fine as Assault Marines. It's a lot cheaper. But maybe at some point I'll run a Assault Marine list. I might try that out with a couple units of 30 Assault Marines and then like 15 Night Raptors. That could be cool. I also have a tactical support squad down here. Just 5 dudes. They have flamers and they have a Rhino with a Melt-A-Gun, Combi Melt-A-Gun, Searchlight, and Hunter Killer Missile. All right. Yeah. So they are just there to rush up, probably next to the assault squad, and they're going to draw some fire. But also, you know, if they can get up to some spot and do their job, hopefully 5 flamers popping out can, you know, make enough dice roll that some guys get removed. And worst case, again, for 140 points, that's a nice little distraction unit. Then I have 2 tactical squads. This one is a full 20-man. This one's at 15. I did have to fudge the choices here because for some reason Power Fist is not included yet. They must have just forgot it. So both sergeants have Power Fists and plasma guns, plasma pistols. The first squad with 20 guys, there's 19 chain bayonets, and they have the full complement of these options. As far as I understand, you can have all 3. Now, if somebody can correct me on this, maybe I have read it wrong. My reading is 1 Legionnaire may take one of these, and you can do that 3 times. They are writing 1 Legionnaire may take this, but he's not showing this in error, so I think that means we've both read it the same way. So yeah, they have all 3 of these. These guys just have the scanner. I figure with 2 of them spread out fairly decently on the board, that's going to give a pretty big bubble of area denial for anybody infiltrating. This squad, though, I didn't give any real upgrades to other than Prey Sight, which they both have, because I didn't want to spend any more points. I figured this is my big squad, give them the chain bayonets. Those are quite good in combat, I've come to see, so I like them. Plus, they look cool. I thought about trying to get the bayonets on, but, you know, just finding 15 points might not be doable. I'd rather have Prey Sight because I will be using the Terror Assault Rite of War to make sure that I get a little bit closer before I take too much in the way of damage, because I'm still trying to avoid, despite the fact that I don't mind playing some unpainted, I'm trying to avoid using my my vehicles till I can get at least some paint on them, some basic paint. And then I have a Storm Eagle. I just want to use it. That's really all this comes down to. I have it. It is painted somewhat. It needs more work to be finished, but you know what? I'm going to use it. I have some ideas of how I'm going to cover some of the gaps on it with some green stuff. Spoiler, I'm just going to cover it in like human skin. But yeah, I think I can make most of the issues I have with it work, and then I can just get back to painting it, finish it up with my airbrush when I get back from my little vacation. And yeah, I mean, I've not used a flyer in so long that I forget how they work completely. But I do remember in 6th and 7th edition when I was using this thing was a beast. And it's going to be great to put my Terminators in with the Chaplain. I think that combined, they are going to just become a target that needs to be shot at. You know, maybe that's not a good thing because it is like 500, 600 points. I think like about 600 points that I'm definitely tempting somebody with. Maybe more. What is that actually? Oh yeah, closer to 700 points, I think. But whatever. 650, 700 points that I'm risking, but if I can get them in the right position, get them out, I think it's worth it. Plus the multi-melta and the twin link las cannons is it's quite a powerful option there. It's worth it, I think. Plus it's got the oh my god, what do they call the Vengeance Launcher? I'm gonna actually see what the Vengeance Launcher does, because I actually haven't checked. 5 strength, 4 AP, heavy 2, large blast, 5 inches. That's pretty good. These here, I mean, I think with this here, I mean, I can either go for some heavy infantry. You know, these here are not good at killing really anything in a Legion army, but it is good at just making them roll dice. And honestly, if I decide to shoot 2 las cannons and a multi-melta at some Terminators, or the equivalent, and I can put another, let's say, 4 to 8 wounds on that unit with these 2 blasts, he's got to roll dice. And I mean, honestly, just some of them are gonna come up ones, and that's really the important thing for me, is just making them roll dice on those good units. Sort of like in 9th edition, where, you know, you shoot 300 conscripts at, I don't know, like a Titan or something, and eventually you'll kill it just because law of averages, you'll get enough 6s to wound it, and they'll roll enough 1s to take wounds that, you know, in theory, you could eventually kill it. But unlike 9th edition, you know, at least this is, you know, representatively something that could hurt a Terminator on paper, versus, well, just because 6s wound everything, technically that dude can hurt the Titan, I guess. So, yeah, Storm Eagle. I want to use it. I've had the thing for years. It hasn't seen the tabletop in at least 4. So it's going to get used, and it's going to look cool. At least that much is nice about it. And finally, I just took 5 heavy support dudes with missile launchers, because missile launchers were something I had some missile launchers left over from different print jobs. I knew I wanted to have missiles, so I found a file and I printed a few ahead of time because I wasn't sure what I was going to build everybody as. That was before I knew there was going to be weapon kits. And frankly, the cost of the weapon kits, I'm fine with what I did. So they look good enough as far as I'm concerned. The missile launchers, they're gonna be cool little units to have. I do think it makes more sense to take 5 of them over trying to fit like a big expensive tank like the Kratos or the Spartan. I could, if I dropped this and the Storm Eagle, I could give up both of those units for the Spartan or the Kratos. But I don't think that's a good trade. I think this has a lot of anti-tank. This has a lot of anti-tank, at least for like medium tanks. If not, you know, the heavy stuff, maybe not. But these guys can go after the armor 15, or this guy, and you know, if I have to, I can get the Cataphracti into there because there's a couple of chain blades between them, chain fists, sorry. And yeah, I mean, like I said, I think that's fairly balanced list. I mean, this is kind of what I'm doing this for too, is just to get a little bit of feedback. Like, is this a balanced list? I mean, I literally have no idea what people might take against me. I've played against essentially Space Wolves, and I mean, he knew as little as I did as far as this game goes. I mean, we both just made lists with what was in front of us. This guy I'm playing against, I mean, I fully expect him to just tear me apart. But I figured I'd try to get a fairly balanced list at 2,000 points so that I could at least feel like I've I've got the tools needed for most jobs. I mean, I have enough stuff here that can break down tactical squads between my own infantry, the flamers, rockets in a pinch, terminators getting into combat, dreadnought getting into combat. I can kill other marines. I'm fairly confident I can kill his marines. If he puts down his own dreadnought, I mean, I've got a few las cannons on the board. I've got the missile launchers. I mean, I can take shots at these dreadnoughts if I have to. They're, you know, not ideal, but dreadnoughts are very strong. I guess that's part of the thing too. Could have taken my second dreadnought, but I just didn't want to like crutch myself on just going, oh well, dreadnoughts are really good on paper. They seem to be really good based on the reports I've seen. I don't want to do that because I'm not learning anything if I just take really good units. That's the other thing too, is that I don't think this is a great list, and for a few reasons. I only have 3 line units. I think at 2,000 points, 3 line is the bare minimum, because you do need to take objectives if that comes up. But this assault squad, I don't think is good at 10 men, but that's what I have, so that's what I'm going to use. But I think ideally I want at least 5 more. I want to be able to take a hit with them and still have something left to hold an objective, because it is just number of bodies is my understanding. But where they have the jetpacks, I can technically kind of skirt them around the edge of the battlefield maybe and avoid the heavy fire that might remove them to the point where they can get into position to maybe take or contest an objective near the end. So we'll see. The flamers, I don't know. I feel like in my mind, 5 flamers and a rhino is not enough. I think I need 8. 5 flamers jump out with good positioning. I can get them all to shoot. That's not an issue. But I think you can, with good positioning, get 7 or 8 of them in position to burn a big Legion squad. And I think it's because they're flamers, they're good, but it's all about the volume of hits you get. So I want to make sure I get a lot of hits. And I mean, ideally, if they're hitting 6 Marines each, I've done a good job with placement. But by the same token, if I'm hitting 5 or less Marines per template, I might not be doing that great. 25 hits on a squad sounds like a lot, but then you're down to 12, rounding down, that are going to wound, and that's only going to kill 3 Marines, and then they're going to turn around and just bolt the shit out of my guys, probably with pistols, and then charge in the one dude if they have to. But 20 guys with 20 shots, or 20 guys with 40 shots, if they just rapid fire me, that's just going to remove those 5 dudes. So again, it's 2,000 points, so I do have to like make concessions. And I just want to run this unit. But I think it's possible 140 points, if I had somewhere else to put it, that might be better. What I need to get some more fast attack. And right now, I literally have this Storm Eagle. I don't have any bikes or jet bikes or speeders. Like I need to get some fast attack. I need to be able to put some points into there. I think 3 scimitars is like 105 points. And like 3 scimitars or 4 scimitars is barely more than this. 3 of them upgraded is about the same price. Same with these guys. Again, I like the assault marines. I just don't have enough. I need to get like at least 15 in a unit. I think that's the real like sweet spot for them is 15. But we'll see. Yeah, I mean, there's not much more to say here. I'm gonna go with Flame Master as my my Warlord trait. I would think. I've used it once already. I'd like to use it again. See, does it hold its value? I don't know. I mean, it's -3 leadership if he gets 3 kills. And once he's in combat, getting 3 kills with a master crafted Paragon Blade really should be easy. Even just like, you know, making sure I roll his bolter round separate might pick me up 1 or 2 if I'm lucky on the way to a fight. But if I can get him to 3 and get that -3 leadership fear bubble, that's pretty solid. At that point there, you just need to win a combat. I mean, assumingly by 1 at least. And they're at -4. I mean, I don't care how good your leadership is. Being at -4 or worse, that's really hard to come back from. And, you know, getting to run them down is really kind of the best way to remove Marines, I would think, without having to just spend a ton of money, or not money, but points on big volumes of AP3 and AP2. You just want to win by 1 and have that big negative buff or debuff to their leadership, so you can have that chance at running them down. Yeah, I'm going to stop it there. I mean, this is, I don't know how long this has been now. Too long, I'm sure. But if you've stuck around and you have any thoughts and ideas of what I can do to improve this list, I'd definitely love to hear it. By the time I get this up, it's probably going to be a day or 2 before the game, so I doubt I'll be making many changes to it. But if there's little things I can swap out, I'm always up for suggestions. Remember, I'm not looking to like win the game. I'm looking to learn. And taking a variety of different units is how I feel is the best way to learn. So you might have a great idea of what I should do, and it's not like I won't listen to it. Just I would prefer ideas that tweak what I have here and make them more efficient. I'm okay with taking an efficient unit. I just don't want to take a spam list or some sort of list based around, you know, just sort of out army building my opponent. That's not the goal. I mean, I've done armies like that. I've taken them to tournaments, but this is not a tournament. I just want to learn the game. So any tips you give me, try to keep them in the realm of like what I can do to tweak what's here and what odd changes could I make for swaps to make this more reasonable, in the sense of like more, I guess, more efficient on the battlefield, more multi-tool, because that's what I need. I need multi-tool because I don't know who I'm facing officially on. I don't know what he plays. And I don't know the missions really that well yet, so I don't want to like focus on one thing. Anyways, for real, this is the end of it. Thanks very much for listening. If you have any thoughts or questions, leave me something down below and I'll get back to you. And if you're interested in seeing anything else I post, I'm trying to put something up every day or 2. Check the subscription off, and hopefully I'll see you in the comments again. So thanks very much and have a great day.